Hello beautiful people, welcome back to this channel again, Reason Together TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time and wherever you are watching this video from. Please kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Okay guys, watch this educative story and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.
Good morning. The chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, our level department, co-convenes and level viewers. I am Queen Mrs. Olushola, the National President of Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, live in our office of Ikeja Allen Avenue branch. We have one Mr. John Destiny Wadike, who is based in Germany, who complained against Miss Chinyere Ibe and Ebube Wadike, is supposed to be the mother of a 18 years boy. Mr. John Destiny Wadike doubt the true paternity of the child, and he denied DNA test conducted on this very child. Kindly join us as we interview the both parties live in our office and how a DNA test to be conducted between the parties and for a better and peaceful resolution at the moment. Thank you for being with us. And please understand that the complainant give consent of his audio, not his face. So please be attentive so that you can listen to his complaint and why we also request more explanation and more details from the defendant, Ms. Chinyo. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Wadike, let's hear you out.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Oh,
Good morning.
good afternoon.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know whether if I should start or I should
No, start. You
cut
have
it
to
short.
give us full details on why you are doubting the true paternity of the child.
Okay. We met 2013.
Okay.
So when I was still in Nigeria, and we had a relationship. So along the line, we do have issues often and on. So along the line, she told me, she came up that she's pregnant. So knowing the kind of family I came from, I decided to make her known to my family, to introduce her to my parents, and we go for um, introduction before the child was born.
Okay.
So it was born 2013.
Okay.
And at that same year, I traveled abroad.
The year the child was born.
Yes. So, sorry, we started the relationship 2002, and the child was born 2003.
Okay.
So, at the end of that 2003, I traveled. The child was 10 months old when I traveled.
Okay, go ahead.
So, as I was saying, at the end of that 2003, I traveled abroad. So, we were having contact. I was also sending some money, the little I could that period. So 2004, something happened, which for me, I didn't see it as a serious issue because it's something that can be settled. But to my greatest surprise, she packed out of my house, um, dropping a note for my kid sister who was staying with us then in my own apartment. So she
She
packed.
was living in your house
Yes,
before you left. So
before I left. Yes. So even when I left, I do send money.
go ahead.
So that's 2004, 2005. There's an incident that happened that I sent money to her, and at that same time, at that same time, I attached a letter to the money, just a caution letter.
This one, both of you are saying face solution. Go ahead.
So
And you have to speak up. They are still complaining they cannot hear you.
so I sent that money
Yeah.
with attached a letter with the money.
That the money should not be misused.
Misused, that I won't take it lightly if anything happen or something like that.
Okay.
So it's like they handed over the letter to her with the money, and she read the meaning into the letter, and they start misinterpreting the letter according to her. Along the line, she packed her things out of my house, leaving note for my sister. So when my sister came back from school, she saw the written notes on the table. Everything had been packed. The elder brother sent a truck to come and pick my things with her, come and pick the things. Because that one stays in Germany too. He came back during that time. So
come and pack your property.
Yes, he sent a truck to her to pick the things back.
Her own things or your things?
Both my things. Her things and both my things, which they later returned, according to my sister. They later, when they got to their house at Ejibo, the senior brother asked her to return my dining table then. So it continues like that. I try to reach her, she doesn't pick my call. And by then, that was when I newly came to Germany.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten my stay then. Sometimes I used to hang around the brother's house, the elder brother's house.
Yeah.
So I tried to call the elder brother too, the one in Nigeria. He refused to pick my call. But rather, he sent a message to the guy that was staying attached in that house to collect all the money that I have accumulated as a accommodation fee. I should leave the house. So they calculated the money I paid, and I left the house. So I was just hanging around the street. I was just hanging on the street then until things started changing. So, but before then, during that period, the elder brother came back and sent her other brother to her junior brother. So they were just trying to frustrate me in Germany. Anywhere they see me, they try to embarrass me that I impregnated their sister, that I have to settle her. I said, how? And they know that I don't have papers. And when I came in, I gave them my international passport, which have expired. So that international passport, if they should present that international passport, that means I'll be deported. So they were threatening me with that passport. Anywhere they see me, they try to make trouble. So along the line, we intervened. And we went to, the guy is still alive, we went to one man that used to ship goods for us, cars. We went to his office. The guy sat all of us down. We were about...
Right.
So we went to the man's office, and the man tried to settle the issue. The man was even surprised why they are demanding for settlement for their sister that has a child for me. So they said they are not interested anymore. That the sister said she's no more interested in the marriage, and she have moved out of my house. I said to them that I haven't heard from the sister since this incident. They said, okay. The man said, okay, let's place a call. Let's call your sister. So they brought the new number for the sister, which is her number. So it was a land phone. They placed a call in presence of everybody. It was on a loudspeaker. So the man asked her, now your brothers are here. They are demanding for settlement from me, that you are no more interested in this marriage. She responded immediately, yes, that she's no more interested, that a marriage, meaning to hell with marriage. So that she's no more interested, that I should settle her, let her go her way. So the man asked them how much they want me to settle them. They said 2,000 euros. Then
2,000 euros.
Yes, 2,000 euros. So I told them to give me 2 weeks. They should give me 2 weeks. I will provide this. By then, they are still holding my passport. They refused to release my international passport.
They seized your passport?
Yes.
The brothers?
Yes, because I gave them, when the relationship was good, I just gave them to keep it for me. In case Anybody is
Okay.
going, if there's anybody that is traveling back to Nigeria, the person should return it from me.
Okay.
Yes. So the passport was still with them then. They said only when I bring this money, they will release this passport. I paid after 2 weeks. I brought that money. I went and gave the man. The man called them and released the money to them. That was when they were able to release my passport to my parents here in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yes. So everything happened like that. We lost contact. He changed his number. By then, my son was like 1 year or 2 years, something like that. So we didn't have much contact. There was no contact. So I left Germany to Switzerland, 2005. So after Switzerland, I came to Nigeria 2007. When I returned to Nigeria, she came begging. She came to my family house. She tried to convince my parents, my sisters, and everybody was like begging me. I said, no, I have settled her.
Yeah.
She collected her settlement. Even during that period, when they were dragging this settlement from me, they went and seized my bus. There was this bus they called LO300 then,
Yeah.
fully loaded, just to ship it to Nigeria. They went to the shipper, who happens to be the person that was settling this case. They went there and put an embargo on that bus. Should I go ahead?
Go ahead.
So they went and put an embargo on the bus that only when I settled their sister, they will release this bus. So it was when I released this bus. Already this bus has been registered already, booked. So they released my bus. That same bus landed here in Lagos. Due to I didn't have any other siblings here. My siblings are in the east. So I asked them to take the bus to one of my friend's house, who happens to be my neighbor. He knows him, my very good friend. So the guy, they went and packed it to the guy's house, at the guy's house. My brother left Port Harcourt to come to Lagos to see about the bus. Before my brother could reach Lagos, the boy have sold the bus, sold everything inside,
Yeah, brother.
and disappeared. No, my close friend. I'm just trying to explain to you what happens along the line. So and that bus supposed to be under her custody. So when she left my house, she said she's no more interested. I ended up losing that bus. That boy disappeared till today. That was the first money I got in Europe. So when I came back, when I struggled and came back, 2007, even though I was deported, but I'm okay. I was okay then. God was on my side. I was able to make changes. So when I came back, she came begging. She didn't even know that I was deported. Nobody knows except my close parents. Because I have everything a reasonable person should have.
Comfortable.
So she came begging, kneeling on the floor, trying to use my son to do me in, contacting my parents, contacting some relatives that she thought I can listen to. I said no. I stood on my listening. I said I know. No, I would. Because when I remember what happened, she doesn't deserve me at all. So that was how the whole thing stayed. Our contact then was on and off. Sometimes there is this particular thing that really pissed me off anytime she tried to come up with it. If I want to send money to her now for something, she will bring account number that bears Chinyere Nwadike. I will be asking her, why are you still bearing my name? Your people said I didn't pay your bride price, which was
Go ahead.
so each time I want to transfer money to her for anything, maybe for my son's upkeep or for anything she requests for, she will present that name. Chinyere Nwadike. I will be wondering, your surname is not Nwadike. Why will you be bearing my surname? Please give me another account number. Let me transfer. I thought this thing takes me. We are no more together. Why are you bearing my name? Even though we are together, I haven't paid your bride price. So that thing keep on going like that. The relationship was on and off, on and off. Sometimes she will cut off I won't have any contact again with my son. It's only when I send somebody, maybe when I'm in Nigeria, I will start tracing to their address. At least to give my son what I brought for him. And each time, most times when I come back, the first time I came here, I I carried my son, I picked my son, we fly to Owerri. And after the holiday, I brought him back to her. So, but each time, sometimes I will buy something for my son, he won't release him. And those things, especially clothes, some wears, those things will be in my house and he will overgrown those things.
He won't release the boy to
He
you.
won't. He won't even want me to know where they are staying up to today.
So you don't know where they are now?
Right now, I don't know where they are.
How did you get the address you provide to us?
Good question. When I came here, your secretary said they need the address. I said, okay. This is my last. This is my visit now. They came to where I was offloading, so I gave them what I bought for my son. The next 2 days again, I invited them to my hotel because my son complained that he need a laptop. I said, okay. I didn't come back with a laptop this time, but there is a tablet I got for somebody. You can come and have it. Come, and there's other provisions I brought. So she accompanied him. They came to my hotel. I released those things. That, please give me your address. Let me say, there's something you understand. How he was able to release the address.
Okay, that you got it from your son.
Yes, from my son. So
all the while she refused. She refused you access to the.
The contact was like on and off. This last meeting now.
Yeah.
The last time I saw my son was 2000 and if I'm not mistaken.
You saw the son 5 years ago.
I think 3, 4 or 5 years ago, because that was when because I remember I came here and I demanded that he should come to Owerri and so I demanded that he should come to Owerri and spend some time with me. So which he came. We spent some time in my house. So along the line, every morning he would complain of headache, constant headache. So
that is the boy.
Yes, my son. Each time I go to his room in the morning to check.
Okay, go ahead.
So he has been complaining of this headache. I said, okay, it's better we go for a test before I start medication. So I took him to my brother's-in-law's lab, who has a laboratory. It's this thing. It's very popular.
Brother-in-law from their side?
My side.
Okay.
So we have been going there anytime he's sick. So it's a family thing. So when we got there, he tried to take some samples, and along the line, I asked the guy that I would like to have DNA. The guy told me that he don't do DNA. It's not every lab that does DNA.
Right.
So DNA. But they can collect samples and send to people that does it. He said, but it costs money, 130,000.
Then?
Yeah, 120,000. So I paid. They took some samples. So they took some samples, and after about 2 weeks or so, or a week plus, the result came out.
You go ask them how much is the router, and what is the fastest one? How much is it cost? I will use this for live streaming. What this network is giving problem. Okay, so they run the DNA test. Is the next view compound?
Yeah, the result came out to be
Negative.
negative. So I was like confused, I said, how manage? We are together when these things happen. So in fact, and my flying back has already come very close. In fact, about 2-3 days for me to travel back. So I said, okay, instead of flying from Port Harcourt, let me she came to just to see her. So when I came to Lagos, I lodged somewhere around the Selehe. So I invited her. She came. For the first time, I took her up to my hotel room. She came. I said, okay. She sat down. I tried to talk to her. I said, this thing is some. This thing. Look at what is going on. I would like us to settle this.
Right.
So I tried to explain to her that look what's going on. Look at the results I got. Is there anything you have to tell me about this thing? She started crying that it's not possible. That it's not possible. That is my son. I said, okay, what do we do? I said, I would like us to keep this thing to ourselves, not even involving our family members. At least for the interest of this boy.
How old was the boy then?
He should be about 14.
Huh?
He should be about 14, 15. Yeah. So I said, it's better we keep this thing to ourselves. Let's see how it goes. She accepted. I said, okay, since this result is like this, and you're not telling me anything, you are doubting it, let's go for a second result. Get any place of your choice here in Lagos. I'm supposed to travel the next day. You can see my bag, my luggages. I have everything in my hotel, both food stuff and everything. I said, you can see them. I'm supposed to fly the next day. But if you assure me now that we can go for another test, I will go and reschedule my flight. Go to the airport and do something. She said, no problem. We have to do something. We have to go for another test. That it can be possible. That it's not possible in short. So okay, get any lab of your choice in Lagos. I don't know Lagos. Any one of your choice. Normally you're supposed to foot the bills, but I will pay. I will pay. She said no problem. We rescheduled the something. I went to the airport and changed my flight. It's 150 or 160 euro then. So the day we're supposed to go for the test in the morning, I watched the time. I didn't hear from her. Then I have to place a call. I placed the call. He said, yeah, that thing will not be possible because her auntie said the pastor want to see me first. I said, for what? He said that we need to take an oath. I said, what? Oath for what? I said, it's not possible. What concern me and your pastor here? That means you have spoiled all my plans now. He said, yeah, that it's not possible, that she's not going anywhere. I said, okay. That was how she blanked me. I traveled back to Owerri to spend another 2 weeks before I fly. So now, since then, immediately I traveled back to Germany. She typed one long message like that on WhatsApp, insulting me, abusing me, telling me all manner of things that because I didn't want her son to have a share of whatever, property or whatever. I didn't even bother about that text. I just deleted it and leave it like that. Till today, she haven't made any comment about that. And I expected her to be at the forefront. Somebody you accuse of infidelity, she should be at the forefront. She should be the one to drag you, even take you to places. I've been coming to Nigeria. She didn't make any comment. Even as I invited them this last time, she didn't make any comment. So I thought it's wise if I should contact the human rights. That is why I'm here, ma.
Okay. The first result came out negative.
Yes, ma'am.
That you are not the father of the child.
Yes, ma'am.
And you because of her response, you still want to reconfirm.
Yes.
But all the while you have still been taking care of the child.
Yes, ma'am.
But since then, it's 4 to 5 years now that you've set your eyes on the child.
Yeah,
except now.
The last time was the time we conducted that test. That she said it's 2 years ago, 3 years. It should be 3
That was
years
3
ago.
years ago.
Yes,
Since then, you've not seen the child.
No.
Has she been denying you access to the child since 3 years ago?
I don't even have her contact.
How did you get to meet her now?
Yes. Sometime early last year. They don't have for the past 2 months. Early last year, my son contacted me through WhatsApp. So when I tried to know who the person is, he explained that it's him.
Okay.
So from there we got contact.
That is between you and your child?
Yes. We've been chatting, we've been talking. I've been sending him money. Anything that is his problem, I try to solve it. Even when he complained of phone I sent money to him to get a phone.
And you were sending the money via the woman account?
Ebube's account. He has an account. So we've been having contact. I didn't want to bother her. So when I came in, before I came in, I even asked his size of things I would buy, the things he wants. He told me I bought those things. So when I came in, I have to call him because we have been talking. So when Ebube came to see me, he came along.
Okay. When your boy was coming,
yes,
she now came along with the boy.
Yes.
So it's the boy that told her that you were around.
I think so.
Okay. Malachinyere. How are you?
I'm fine, ma.
Okay. Let's hear you out.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma.
Afternoon.
I might not be quoting dates, year or month, because I never knew a day like this would come.
Okay.
It started when we were dating. I can remember we dated for at least a year and 6 months.
Okay.
Or 2 years. So one day he was living with his cousin then. So one day I asked him, since he wants us to start afresh, I asked him, I said, in this your cousin's house now, what do you have here? He said nothing except that circular box on the wardrobe. I said, wow, you're supposed to have gotten at least one room for yourself by now so that you'll be having property. He said he doesn't have money. I said, okay, I will see what I can do. So after like a week, because I always go weekend, so that's his uncle's place. So after 1 week, I now called him. I said, I will give you 30,000 naira. I came, I said, I will give you 30,000. I got to look for a room. So that before you know it, you buy 1 or 2 things, you have property.
That was which year?
That is why I said I cannot remember. Because
Okay.
I never knew a day like this would come. You get it? So he now rented a room. It was supposed to be a room, but it's like he divided it into a room and parlor stuff. So he now robbed it. So that I asked him, have you rented the apartment? He said I should come. And I went. So when I went there, he now he now took me to the place, the house. And when he was surprised that he has already robbed the place, and so we started from there. So every weekend I used to go.
Right.
I used to go to his house every weekend. So one day we were having problem, we were quarreling. He started beating me up. He beat me until I almost got fainted. I was unconscious. I managed to call my brothers. In case if anything happened to me, this is where I went to, because my brothers, all of them knew him. So the next day, I left. That was on a Sunday. I cannot forget that day. That was the day we have this what is it called? This Ikeja bomb blast. I cannot forget that very day, because when I was going, I got to Bako. I saw dead bodies were littered on the main road. So I was like, what was happening? They said, are you not in Lagos? You did not hear the bomb blast last night. So I remember from there, I have to trek to my place, and I went to. So after that, because of the beating he gave me, I did not call him again. After, we did not relate until 1 week. So he now went to the lady that introduced me to her, for the lady to beg on his behalf. The lady now called me and was begging. So I said, okay, no, because I still love him. I said, okay, no problem. So
Okay, go ahead.
okay, so you asked if I have someone else as at that time.
Yes.
Yes. I have somebody by name Mike.
Okay.
But he was the one I love. I was even collecting money from Mike and I was giving to him. So after that time,
Are you just hearing for the first time?
No.
Mm.
She told me about Mike, but not like collecting money from him. Giving
you
me.
will
No,
not
but,
know
but
now.
you know she was updating then.
She told me they have stopped.
Good.
That was before I met her. She told me she stopped. There is no how any reasonable
Allow me
person
to
will.
finish my so that
She
I
asked me a
don't forget.
question. She asked me a
Okay.
question. There's no how I will be in a relationship and I will want my girlfriend to be dating somebody. It doesn't make sense. So
Okay.
she told me she stopped.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright. So the very guy wanted to marry me at that time. It's not friendship. He wanted to marry me, but I don't love him. One I love. You understand? So the guy did not even know that I don't want to marry him. Even when I was pregnant, the boy did not know. He took me to a place where they are selling cars to buy car for me. Out of conscience, I said no, I don't want because I know I was pregnant for him. So after when I told him that happened, he said, okay, since we are planning to get married and it happened, that there's no need of aborting it, that let us go and do the needful.
Him or the guy?
Him. No.
But okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I didn't tell the guy. I didn't tell the guy that I was pregnant. I just did it in such a way that when he heard that I'm married, that he would just go. So
But were you having an affair with that guy then?
not at all.
You are sure?
Very sure.
Okay.
I'm very sure. So when he said there's no need of aborting it, let us go and do the needful, I said okay. He said, but one thing. I said, what is it? He said they are a good house. Where will my people stay when they come? Blah blah blah. I said that one is not a problem. Okay, what do you want us to do? He said at least that the house needed some renovation, it's leaking and stuff like that. I gave him 50,000 for that renovation. Okay, which he bought the pregnancy, because in my village you don't marry a woman that is pregnant. So nobody knew I was pregnant except him.
Okay, go straight to the point. The major thing, the purpose why we are here is for the child's DNA test. Because he asked you, you say the child belongs to him.
Ma, he has explained. There are some things I want you to know.
Don't give the key points.
Okay.
Because you see crowd of people out. I need to attend to them.
All right. So when we now got home, we went to my village. In fact, we did. Are you getting me? We saw uniform. We did traditional wedding. The only thing he did not do is the bride price, because my father don't collect the bride price.
There's a difference between if someone have to pay your dowry first before you say you are married.
I'm hearing you.
You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. So my brother said that he will not collect, since my father did not collect for other ones, because I'm the last one. So that was that left for his own village. Then from there, Lagos left me in their house. Then after some time, the particular day I came back, he never knew I was coming back. I met a woman in the house. He slept with a woman that day. He never knew I was coming back. The woman, immediately he opened and saw me. The woman ran away. That was that. Let me just be cutting it short. So there's his brother that was living some.
Okay.
So he said the brother is packing out. That can we let us, because we are living in that particular room that I gave him money for. So the brother now relocated to the village. He said we should take that apartment. I gave him 50,000 for that apartment. Maybe he forgot to forget. I gave him 50,000 for that apartment, and we were living there. So it's only two of us that we are living. His junior sister he was talking about was in the village. She has finished secondary school. She was doing nothing. I said, okay, bring Ijoma over. Let us stay with her. He said, no, you and Ijoma cannot stay. I said, don't worry, bring her. Ijoma now came and started doing business center for people as Alaba. It was from that Ijoma that he started beating me. So on that fateful day, like as I'm saying, now the belly was growing. You understand? So Ijoma now, I think that particular day. Let me just be hitting the point. That particular day, my pregnancy was almost due. So I had a little problem with Ijoma, not even him. Because since he married me, I have never quarreled with him for one day until Ijoma came. So that day,
people are not having domestic issue here. We are talking about the child, the paternity of your child.
I am coming now. Let me tell you.
What you are saying have nothing to do with
hold on. He explained. Hold on. He explained everything. He explained everything. Hold on. Something that led to hold on.
I didn't talk of this house issue.
Just hold on. Forget. That you said your own. There's no other thing for you to say.
House is speaking. We don't live in one house.
Please,
no, don't interrupt her.
Mommy, please let me just hit the point. I don't want to tell.
Even if the house is even if you are living in the street, at least today you are living in the house.
Exactly.
Everybody can help each other.
I
don't want you to divide my office, please. I don't like that.
Did I mention anyone? Has it the same one?
House is
Mommy, please, I want to let me go straight to the point.
Wadike,
When you were talking, I did not
interrupt
you. Mommy, let me just go straight to the point because
you
of
go
our
straight
time.
to the point and tell me whether he's the father of the child or not.
Mommy, please, you have listened to her. You have to listen to me.
All what you're saying, he did not go there. He talked about the relationship between you and him.
He did not say what he did to me. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Did this man say to you with 2,000 euros?
Mommy, yes, cannot ask me that. Hear me. Just hear me.
Are you commanding me?
Not. But please, just hear me.
Don't waste my time because I have other people to attend to.
I'm concluding. I am concluding. So, that person, I was 9 months pregnant. Ijoma, I had a little problem with Ijoma. For the key of the house. He just ran into the and told his brother that I locked the cupboard where the food is. He now came back. When I say I welcome, he said, why did you lock the food where the cupboard where the food? I said I didn't lock it. The key is where we used to keep it. Do you know?
You locked the cupboard. The sister said you locked the cupboard.
Yes.
And he said the sister should break the cupboard.
Yes.
That have to do with domestic
relationship. I'm sorry, ma.
This guy did not complain about. He said he want the true paternity of the child.
But
that you are giving to him.
But you listen to him. I'm deriving at something.
You did not hear what this guy said.
Mommy, I am deriving at something.
Can you not give me a point, madam?
What point do you want me to give you? Okay, just want to cut me short. While he has
the child. Did the child belong to him? Yes or no?
That's what you want from me now. But you did not allow me to explain.
Because he did not.
Look at me. Look at what he did to me. Something led to what he was explaining to you.
You say? You say what?
You don't want me to talk.
Go ahead.
So on that day, he beat me up. It's 9 months pregnancy. And my baby turned. I was up. Let me just go straight to the point. This is what you want. I was operated to bring that baby out. But right there in that hospital, this man abandoned me and go to the market. It was one of the okay, let me just the letter that he said he sent to me. The particular letter he sent to me, what he wrote in that letter was, if you see another husband, yes, if you see another husband married, if you said they are waiting for me, you are wasting your time. That was what was written in that particular message with money, and it was my senior brother that brought that letter, and he wrote that letter right in my brother's house and give it to my brother. My brother was coming back, he gave it to him. My brother gave me that letter without knowing the context. I read it. I was shedding tears. My sister said, what happened? I said, look at what my husband said to me. He said, what? That I should tell my brother about it. I said, no. Because he is in his house. He might drive him away. Man, I am sorry for taking your time, but I'm just trying to tell you what, maybe he said, he explained that my brother fought him over there.
I want
he
to ask
explained
you.
It.
Yeah. Why your brother fought him? All those one, this man, you and this man don't have a relationship again.
Yeah.
I believe he's married now.
Yes.
Are you married now?
I'm not.
But he's married now.
Yes.
Do you still want to marry him?
No, not at all.
Okay. When you came to this place for his explanation, did I tell you that this man come to complain against you that have to do with beating or not beating?
No.
What did I say? I said he came to complain that you gave him a child that is not sure that is the true father of the child.
Yes.
That he want to conduct DNA test on the child.
And I refuse.
Hold on. You refuse then.
Yes.
One, do you know if this office don't respect you, that boy is of age.
Yeah.
He have the right to take the child to conduct DNA test with the child. But will respect everybody's rights. You are the mother of your child. If in this office you tell us this person is not the father of my son
Okay.
agreed, then you will sign off from the child.
Okay.
If you say, no, I stand on my ground, he's the father of my son, it's as good as, okay, take the sample of both of them, go and run a DNA test before and present the result back to us. And if I say ask you, like my fellow woman, were you double dating? Yes, because you can be double dating and you don't know then, because if you had not paid your diary, probably you are double dating and pregnancy come and you don't know who actually owns it, or you calculate, no, when I menstruated, I think it should be this person. You are not too sure. Or you love the person, okay, let this person have the child. It could happen to anybody.
I understand what you're saying. I understand, but I want to
So
tell you the
we
reason
need
why
to
I
ask you,
refused
you
for that
refuse
DNA.
what? Okay, tell me.
Yes, since you don't want me to explain, let me tell you the reason why.
Yeah.
When this boy was 7 years, he told me that before God and man, I have never denied him access to this boy.
Okay.
For once, he told me that he came back December. He told me that he wanted to spend Christmas with this boy. I said, okay, no problem. We traveled. He came and carried this boy. When after he stayed with the boy finished and the boy came back. So I was opening box. Let me see the clothes he came back with, whether they are complete. I saw a suit. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
I saw a suit. I said, you already bought you a suit. He said, yes, I used it to do page boy for my daddy. I said, page boy, how? He said, my daddy wedded now. Don't you know? You know? I said, I didn't know. He said, use it to do page boy. I waved that one. Because anytime he wants to take that boy, he is up to something. That was the first one. The second time again, when this boy was 14, that's the last 2 years, he said he wants this boy to come for Christmas. I said, no problem. By then, he's married though. I said, no problem. We came back. Sometimes I might not want to come back, but because I want him to see, I want this boy to be with the father, I will come back. I came back. He came to my house and picked the boy up. He brought the boy back. One day, I remember one day he called me that this boy is having headache, that he's taking him to hospital. I said, what is he only headache? Is it not only headache? Give him paracetamol. He said no, that he's taking him to hospital. I said, no problem. Mommy, only for me to know that he was taking this boy for a DNA test.
Yeah.
Fine. So when he now came over here and was telling me about the DNA, I said, what is the result? At least I'm supposed to have a copy of that result.
Yeah.
He was showing me something I don't know on the phone. I said, did they not give you result? So where was the test conducted? He said, is it nowhere? I said, where is the name of the hospital? He did not show me. He just off the phone. And as he was telling me, the child, the baby is not his baby. At the same time, he's telling me that how can somebody be telling him that this boy is not his son? A child he suffers from day one, and somebody come now and be telling me that it's not my son. That was what he was saying. I said, but you are the one telling me that it's not your son. Fine. So after that, I said, well, I burst into tears because I was surprised. I less expected this from him, but I know it was the handwork of the wife. But that one apart. Fine. I said, I will not take this particular result. I will not take it. We have to conduct another test. So when I now got home, I asked my boy, where did your daddy take you to that day that you were sick? He said he took him to his wife brother's pharmacy. I said, then what happened when you got there? He said they put cotton wool in his mouth and soaked the saliva in his mouth to run the test. I said, you know that it's DNA test that your daddy. He said, the boy don't know now. He said, I said, why didn't you tell me when you come back? And he himself did not even inform me before he go and do the DNA test. I said, well, that your results, I doubt I agree with it. What will happen? We'll go another place. We scheduled for another place. Why it's all right? I called his brothers. Tell them that, look at what is going on. Look at what is going on. I told my people too. One of the brothers told me that I should not even try to go anywhere with him. That I should not try it. That I should just leave him alone. That's the wife where he married. That's when the time comes, that's what I passed before. He now tried, he called me. I now said to him, I said, you of all people denying your first blood. That was the thing he said. I said, you are denying your first blood because you married a wife. I said, no problem. Believe me, he did not call him. He has my number. Forget this one. He has my number. Anytime he wants to call me, he used to call. So throughout that year, man, he didn't call me. He said I should not let his son know about it. But you know, little children now. I was crying and he was asking me. I said, look at what your daddy said. He's a little boy. He don't know what to do. So until 1 midnight, this boy was chatting. I said, who are you chatting with by this kind of time? He said, it's my daddy. I was shocked. I said, your daddy, how? He said, he don't know that he just entered there this and I saw my son. That they started chatting. I did not say, don't chat with him. I said, no problem. If he has realized that you are his son, no wahala. They started chatting.
Is Mr. Nwadike the father of your son? Yes or no?
He is.
Okay, we'll conduct any test right away.
Man, we cannot conduct it right now.
Why?
I have my reasons.
What is your reason?
Okay. I know I am the mother of the child, and he is the father of the child. When he called, he did not tell me that we are coming for DNA test. He didn't tell me that we are coming for it.
Madam, is this man the father of the boy you are giving to him, yes or no?
Mommy, he is.
If he's the one, the only thing that will make this man believe his child and take that child and believe you now is to run DNA test. See, some of you women, if you want to play game, play it smartly and play genuinely. If you don't want DNA test on, they will get you arrested in this office right away because you have been siphoning money from this man.
Never.
Hold on.
He has never sent me a kobo.
Hold on.
He has never sent me a kobo. He has never.
Chinyere, hold on.
He has never.
Do you know this man has been spending money on that boy?
It's a lie. I know how much he spent. He sent him just 20,000 on his birthday.
Give me phone.
That was all. That was all.
Give me human rights phone.
Have I marked a birthday? Have I marked a birthday for him since he was born?
That was when he was 4 years.
That one is not money. That one is not money, Abi.
That was when he was a little boy.
Okay, I didn't spend there.
That was when he was a little boy.
I cannot stay and have a child and give to a man, and the man will say, I'm not the father of the child.
That your number is off.
Okay.
So you want to make a call now to arrest me?
Hold on. Please don't interrupt me. I respect people, and you will be shocked if you disrespect me in this office. You will not like my response.
I'm not.
Hello. Speak up, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm calling. Hello, ma. Good morning, ma. I'm calling from
Yes, no.
Yes, I'm speaking to Oluwa Kemi Fine at the She's in the office. Why it's not here? I don't know whether it's an Ikeja branch.
You come. Oluwa who?
Oluwa Kemi Adiola.
They will check it later. We are busy with the line now.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
The only thing that will justify you and will dignify you as a woman, when this man, it's a two different thing we're treating now. He came to this office. He wanted then, he want to be sure if he's the father of the child. One, as a woman, a responsible woman that know you have a son for this person, and you truly know the child belongs to him, you will even be the one to say, with all this stress you gave to me, I passed through this, I passed through that, you want to adopt the child, let's go to anywhere, I'll run DNA test of that child. It belongs. You're not saying, you don't need, there is nothing, you don't need any protocol to run DNA test on your child.
I'm not saying, but that was not what he told me. He said it's just a meeting. You understand?
That is what we are.
Yes, he said it's just a meeting. He never told me that it's because of
DNA
test.
What do you call this?
But you didn't tell me.
You did
not tell me. You did not tell me.
When I confronted you in my hotel room
Madam
in a peaceful way, you refused.
Madam Chinyere,
John.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything serious about this matter. Is this child my child? Yes. I want to be sure. Go ahead. No problem. Let all of us go. Let take a sample of you and the son in my presence. Haven't you seen where somebody have a child and the child does not belong to the person, and because the person has spent much, we have run several DNA tests that belong to some people and don't belong to some people. We run a DNA test of a man here. 2 children does not belong to the man. And what do you say? He has spent money on those children, and the children belongs to him. I mean, the children knows him very well. So he don't want anybody to whatever. That he wants to take the children like that. If he check whether if the child belongs to him biologically, he will go on with the child. If the child did not belong to him, good and fine. If he said no, I spend money on the child, I don't mind whether the child is mine or is not mine. I will adopt the child, I will take the child like that. Good and fine. He will continue like that. People take that and there's nothing bad about that.
I'm not hesitating, but he's supposed to have told me before I come here. You understand?
Sorry, we missed this call. All right, you say
I'm just watching you for that.
you say your name Yusuf from Germany.
Yeah. I'm following you people. People are trying.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very appreciative. The chairman is my brother. So, chairman mother come from my place. I want to.
All right, thank you, sir. She heard that. The call line is 09030248484 is the call line. Human rights defender and access to justice. Good morning. Who is speaking? Your name is who? Jerry from Italy. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
We don't afraid of the challenges because definitely hiding something.
Okay.
But for me, I would like you or you know how to handle the job to do a DNA test for the children to know the particular father of the child.
Yes. All right, thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Call line is 090302474. Human rights defender and access to justice. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, madam. It's Adisa from the UK. I just want to put one or two things into the case you are looking into now. Please, woman, don't stress our president. This is a very simple case. It's the DNA. Just do it so that everybody will be in peace. Please, do not stress our president. It's DNA that we resolve this. There's no any other way. Please. Thank you. President, well done.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, man.
Okay, bye-bye.
The call line is 090302474 is our call line on the issue of this request of DNA test by Mr. Nwadike between himself and his supposed son. Human rights defender and access to justice. Good afternoon. Your name and where you are calling from. Sorry, please speak up. We can't hear you, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Ignatian. I'm calling from Victoria, Lagos.
Your name is who, sir?
Ignatian.
Okay, welcome, sir.
All right. Listening to both of them,
Yes.
I want to just talk to my sister there and let her know that.
Your voice is very poor.
Okay, I think that's the problem.
No, it's very low. You can speak up. We're hearing you, but it's very, very low.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I said, advising my sister, there is nothing to be afraid of, so to say. If the child is fine, if the child is not fine. And there is something I would also like us to be aware of.
Yes,
That
sir.
sometimes when we conduct DNA test, we conduct only for the man.
Yes.
I've had series of cases here, like 6 months baby. So once we conduct with the man and the man is not the biological father, we just condemn the woman. Sometimes the women too are innocent.
Yes.
So I just
talking
fine.
to
If
you.
it's not the father, fine. You move on with your life. So there's nothing to be afraid of. That's all I have.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Benedict from VI. The call line is 0903,024,84 Sorry. Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam.
Yeah, your name?
Hello?
Yeah, your name and
Yeah,
where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Mr. Harris. I'm calling from New Delhi.
Mr. Harrison
Hello?
from New Jersey.
Yeah, New Delhi, India. I'm watching your program and we appreciate what you are doing in Nigeria.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam, I want to put it to your notice, the legal procedure of DNA. DNA test is not what you run the way you like.
Yeah.
There's a legal procedure. I believe you're a lawyer, that you should know the legal procedure of running a DNA test.
Right.
You cannot bring people together and just organize a DNA test. You use it to break homes and families. This is what I want you to know. The legal procedure that a DNA test should be conducted in Nigeria. I thought you have done this.
Then you should know that the step must have been taken before they are here.
Listen, there's a legal procedure in Nigeria before a DNA test should be conducted. As a legal practitioner, you must have known that. Why bring it to family to break them and destroy them? We are watching this thing from diaspora and we are taking cognizance of what we are doing.
Yeah.
I'm very soon will be hearing from us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The call line is 0903,024,74. Yeah, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, my name is Esther. I'm calling from Russia.
Esther from Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The first thing I want to say is still that woman, there's something she's hiding that she's not trying to say. That's what I noticed from her. Because for she to say she's not going for the DNA test, that means there's something she's hiding. So I'll better advise her to go to DNA test so it will be easy for the case section. That's what I have to say.
Thank you, Esther. God bless. Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice. Good afternoon. Gina from Italy, go ahead.
Mommy, I want to speak to you. Mother, there is nothing for it to be afraid. For me, it will continue to take responsibility of his son. So there is nothing for you, I think, if it's the father or not. But if it's not the father, Mama is asking you now, is this man the father of your child? You said yes. So if as for me, there's nothing to be afraid of. If truly is the father of your son, you go for the DNA test. The issue is this, that. Forget whatever it is. We are talking of a child here. So just go for the DNA test and everything is solved. My dear sister, there is nothing for you to be panic about. Okay? If the child is for him, fine. If it's not for him as well, you move on with your life. Okay? That is my contribution, Mommy.
Thank you, Gina from Italy.
Your son still wants to be his father, so they know how you were hiding from him. So it's better for you to get your hands there for and your son is mad for it tomorrow. You're not only giving yourself, you're giving your son tomorrow. But you cannot hide it. That's one thing.
Thank you. Cheers. Are you hearing what people are saying? Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, madam. My name is Mr. Israel and I'm calling from Scotland.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I want to make a contribution in respect of the DNA test the case you're having just now.
Okay.
I want to apologize to you first for the last man that called that said he was calling from Germany and said that you're breaking up hope. I want to say that man is a kind of ignorant of what is happening. We did not go and drag these families to your office they came seeking for a help. So for the man to say your Tiani family, I think is completely ignorant. Before somebody comes seeking for a help, they must have known that they want a resource to solve their problem. That is one. Secondly, I want to address the lady herself. When this man conducted the first test that he said it was negative before he traveled back, I believe that if the lady is doubting that result, she must have made her own research to make sure that the child is kind of response to the man. If at this time she is still insisting that she don't want the DNA test, that means there is something that she is hiding. So instead of making this man to ground 530,000 naira conducting another test, let her openly and acknowledge she don't want to do it in the open. Let her tell you that she wants to settle with this man in private and open up to the man that the child does not belong to him. Instead of costing this man another money and then costing another stress for every other person. Thank you very much, and I do appreciate your work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Archie, you understand what they're saying?
Yes.
I've told you time with that number. Are you really sure the child is for this man?
Yes.
And will you for once accept to know for him to make the child belong to you?
Of course. See,
I will understand your pain. Okay?
he's not paining me. If it's his son, the second, if it's not, I don't even have anyone telling me. But what I'm afraid, because I know look at my own district. I know it's his wife that wants this DNA test. Because I know for him, he will never even want to do it. Hold on.
Okay.
That was why I refused to do it that time, because so that it doesn't get manipulated.
They cannot.
You get what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
if the DNA test between this child is conducted and is not genuine, you can sue, including the DNA center. For sure.
I didn't get
me.
it. I didn't get it.
If the result comes out
Mm-hmm.
and the child is for him and anybody that have run any test that say the child does not belong to him, I will help you. You can sue that DNA center with huge amount of money. This office represents truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay.
You calm down and relax your mind. Okay? Calm down and relax your mind. There is nothing new in this life.
I'm not afraid of anything. I even prefer it's not even his son, so that I take my son, because I did not get anything from our relationship. Yes. So I'm not afraid. I am not. So I'm only avoiding it being manipulated. That's
You
all.
cannot. I promise you from this office.
I will
Not and
if
it
it
will
come out
not.
negative, I will be the happiest person. I take life what I do.
Do you need water? You should get you a bottle of water. Because I will not want you to cry. Okay?
I just pray it's negative. Because you are a very wicked fellow.
Calm down. Okay. Get me a bottle. I can hear you.
I think you shouldn't be afraid. If
Yeah.
you do it, it's very good for you so that you can be able to know your stand and be able to train your child and look for the father if he's not the one. What he has said. I have a brother, my mother just tell me last month that father we thought he was the father, is not the father. I was so shocked. So you have to open up. I'm talking about my family, please. So try and do that. Let your child have happiness. Let say who is the father, know the father very well. Please do it. Do it with faith. If it's not the father, you can still go ahead. Look for the father. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
I hope that
yeah.
what you
Okay.
say now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. Okay, hold on. Human rights defender and access to justice. Who's speaking? Money, please speak up. Your name and where you are calling from. We can't hear you, please. Good afternoon. Your name?